We did a study circle at the end of last year, and there's this parent that came up to me afterwards, and she said, this was the first meeting that I've come to where I felt like you wanted to hear my voice. And it wasn't that she hadn't come to meetings before, she's been to meetings before, but it was really that she felt like she had a voice and that people wanted to hear from her. There's a Spanish speaker, she struggled with English, and she just didn't feel like the school really valued that. And it really hit me hard because I remember growing up, my mom didn't know how to speak English until I was in middle school, high school, around there. I was 13, 14 when she learned. So this was at middle school, and this was a woman that had a very similar demeanor that my mom does. I'm doing this work and it's helping people to just feel like they're connected. And if some of that could have happened when I was little, it would have had a bigger impact on me.
Our goal is to bring parents, teachers, students, administrators, superintendents, everybody together from different racial and ethnic backgrounds to build relationships, talk and have honest conversations about their experiences around race, stereotypes, skin color, and how those issues impact student achievement and parent involvement. How do they impact the way teachers teach, the way parents are involved, and the way students learn.
When we go into a community, we tell them that we're not here to fix you. We're not here to teach you or tell you what the right and the wrong way of doing things. But what we're here is really creating that space and that process, asking those questions that really get people to talk to one another.
There's already been a lot of changes over the years to the policies. It's helping them really understand how their practices, how their different issues impact the school. We did a study circle that was in both English and Spanish. They were all Latino ESOL students, where they really built those relationships and started talking about some of those issues. And then we did a study circle with those students and the school staff. So it was half students, half staff. All the students said that the teachers don't care about that. And by the end of the study circle, the kids changed their perceptions of that because they began to get to know each other on a much more emotional level. And we talked to some of the teachers later on, a few months later, and they said all those students were doing better. And they were all coming to them for help, and they were engaging with them. And the teachers are beginning to change their practices to address some of those concerns that came up with the study circle.
And at one particular school, principal came in brand new, and she was met with a lot of resistance from the community, only because I think she had some big shoes to fill. The parents were actually the ones that were actually probably the most resistant to her coming in and trying to change things. And when we went through the whole study circles process, they came out a stronger group, and she actually had this parent support that she never had back her and challenge her as well. It wasn't just, oh, I have a group of parents that now support me, but yes, that was one thing, but she was able to kind of use them as a sounding board and really hear from her parents and what kind of needs that they have within that community.
We're continuing to do the same kind of study circles and helping different schools, but we're also working more with leadership teams. I think that's where our direction is, because that's where the most impact can come in. We're also working with departments. So the curriculum department had never really addressed these issues together and talked about how their curriculum is impacting African American Latino students versus white and Asian students. You know, are they having those kind of conversations? When the leadership is making decisions, they're beginning to hear the voices from the parent, the teachers, the students who are participating in the study circles.
It's inspiring to see the parents feel empowered, or have a student have their voice heard, or have a staff member kind of have a realization. And I think all those little things really add up to the bigger change, I guess, within the school system we're trying to make.